subs though.
Okay. Okay.
No, I think they removed that rule.
Oh, did they remove the no
There's
nips on
no
Twitch
way
rule?
they removed
For
that
men
rule.
only.
You
There's
think
no.
so?
I would not risk it.
Somebody told me that.
I doubt it.
I wouldn't risk it.
Either way, I just have to get my super professional shirt on here. Thank you.
Saved.
Thank you, Luke. There we go. Oh
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
RTX on.
You don't want to stand up and like show everyone how that works.
Twitter hates this shirt.
Oh yeah.
They're like, why would I buy that? And I heard through the grapevine that some people at Nvidia have seen it already.
Yeah.
And they're like, so is he saying that like RTX makes him hard, or that like RTX can suck it? And I'm just like, neither of those things. That's not even the meme.
It's when you've got a big ray to trace, you need ray tracing.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lie, but
Oh.
I'm going to wear the shirt anyway.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this week. That's been a good week, as long as you're not Nvidia hoping to keep RTX 20. Actually, no, never mind. That's, well, what can I say?
I was partway through, I was like, why is he stuttering on this? And then I realized that maybe there's.
So there is a good chance
Okay.
that reviews of the RTX graphics cards, when they come, because we know everyone has them, right? Because unboxings went up today.
Yeah.
So I could extrapolate from that probably reviews are coming at some point.
Do we have one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We did an unboxing today of a network switch and my new router with RTX boxes in the background.
Nice. Okay.
Pure lulls.
That's
pure
awesome.
lulls.
That's great.
So people, like, the comments are full of like, I thought it would be the iPhone XS. I thought it would be RTX graphics cards.
Nope.
Neither. It's what I wanted to do. So okay. So we know everyone has cards. And we know that usually reviews come, I don't know, a week or so after unboxings start to go up. Yeah,
generally
maybe a
how
couple
that
weeks,
works. Yeah.
a week or two.
Especially when they embargo everything.
What we don't know is what, if anything, with RTX in it could possibly be included in a review in that time frame. No. These are all things that. Okay, so there's okay. We'll get into it more later, but I'm just saying, gear up for disappointment.
I mean, there's one good game in that list.
It's not about good games or bad games. It's about having it.
The rest.
Having it.
Do you have this?
Which one?
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Okay, but is the feature enabled? Because we
yeah.
also have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Which doesn't have the patch.
Yeah. And PUBG. Okay. I love how PUBG is under the rest. Oh, okay. Newly added in the rest. I get it.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway. Topics for this week. Nvidia has revealed some performance of the RTX series, but like...
One question.
Yeah.
Have you tried RTX?
No, I haven't tried it yet. You know what? Save that for after the intro, because I don't want people... leaving the video yet.
Okay.
Because that's like, as soon as people see it, because that's the title of the video, is it's something about RTX performance. As soon as people get that, they're just going to leave. Okay. They're going to leave us. And we're going to be sad.
That would make me sad.
Actually, I just, you know what? Screw it. We'll talk about it now, but you have to watch the intro first.
Did we even announce any other topics?
No.
Did any of them matter?
It's all RTX right now. Everything's RTX. Oh, crap. Hang on. Or Yord? Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now.
Oh, boy.
Colton's going to yell at me. He has gotten pretty big for his britches. He like gets mad at me when I do stuff wrong now. Do you remember how timid he was?
Yes. Very much so.
Like, I would...
If you told me back then that he would eventually do that, part of me would be like, it's Colton, I could see it, but at the same time, no.
No, he was like, oh, apparently the intro volume is bunged up for some reason. I have no idea why that is, but I blame Jake.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, the what was I talking about? Yeah, Colton. When he first started, I'd be like, "Hey, Colton, would you mind maybe please doing something?" Be like, "Ah, okay, I'm sorry." Whereas now he's like, "Yeah, you done screwed that up, but don't worry, I'll fix it." He's all like businessy. It's crazy.
Laser focus.
Anyway, I forget why I was talking about Colton.
Making
Right? Yeah, because
proposals
he's gonna give me crap if I say the sponsor's name wrong. Anyway, why don't we jump right into tell me. So you were at, I guess, was it what? Oh my goodness, it's September. You were at PAX then.
I was at PAX.
Yeah. So you tried RTX.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was an.
All right.
So
how
Nvidia
much
was
of
there.
your life
Okay.
would you want to look back on and not have had RTX in it?
Yeah, I understand this is the meme, but I don't remember exactly how Steve replied to the meme, so I can't do like the proper meme response.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was cool. I had some bigger and other takeaways though. I was very specific about what I was able to talk about from the invite only event.
Okay,
and
all right.
I'm not allowed to say what game it was. And I can't say whether or not it's on the list of games that we have here, but I can talk about the experience. I just can't talk about what game it was. I think the reason for that was... Actually, no, I don't even want to go into that because I don't want to allude to what game it was. But yeah, I can talk about how good it was.
They're being so cagey about this stuff.
They are being very cagey. But I was able to use
frame rate
RTX.
Limiters on demos.
I have an interesting idea as to why that might be.
Okay, all right. We'll get into that next then. Looks like this is going to be the RTX show.
So, are we going into another topic, or am I just
No.
Okay, yeah.
Hit me.
They had a cool feature where you could just tap, I think it was F1.
Yeah.
And it would rapidly switch between RTX on and RTX off.
Sure.
Like there was like no lag, no switching between it at all.
Yeah.
And there was no frame rate difference. And I think that was the reason why they limited, was because they didn't want to show you
the difference in performance.
Even if there was a very minor difference in performance, if there was some amount, it would skew the conversation away from what RTX looked like. And they wanted the conversation to be about what it looked like.
Sure.
Now, the second part was how good did it look?
Yes.
I can't tell you what game it was, which would be super helpful for explaining how good it looked. But I'll give you the vague, definitely not enough information. It looked very good. Which is useless because you don't know what game it was.
That's not it. You know what?
And I can't tell you much about it.
You know what? I want Riley back on the WAN show instead. I want Riley back. He's going to review the RTX 2080.
I will say...
Do you know about this
Yes,
controversy?
no, I do know about this, yeah. I saw that while I was... That was nuts. People freaked out way too hardcore. I watched it and was like, I don't understand what people are upset about.
Riley watched it and was like, I don't understand. So the thing is that people were like, Linus, you made a joke and it didn't land. But I think what they're missing is that Riley was the one who made the joke. Yeah. And it was an inside joke to me.
Yeah.
And I made an inside joke back to him.
And it was fine.
And it didn't really matter if it landed with you guys. Not everything on the WAN show is necessarily about, okay, like it is. It's obviously it's a show. It's right in there. It's show. But
to keep some banter going, some inside stuff is going to be said because you're just in the flow of things. Okay, here's the big zinger though. Yeah. RTX off looked horrible. And I can't tell you...
So are we back to the whole stupid HDR on and off again thing? Like...
No. This is where... Okay, so my theory is
where like the games looked intentionally destroyed with HDR off?
This is where I think it's different. This is all theory crafting. I couldn't get any answers out of them, obviously. But in the pitch that happened before we saw the game, a big part that they brought up was that enabling RTX, putting RTX into your game is super easy. This is really important. It takes very little time. It takes very little work.
Okay. So basically,
you see where it's going
whatever game this is has just garbage town lighting because that's hard. And it has good lighting with RTX because RTX is easy. Is that what we're saying? So it looks like, oh, come
But part of the problem is
you're killing me here.
I can't say what game it was.
Yeah.
but either people that have maybe I will say that something along the lines of that game that has existed in the past, whether it was a previous version or it was the same development house or it was something, I can't get too specific. The lighting was really good.
Okay.
Like notably really good.
Okay.
And it looked like trash. So I think the thing that's happening is,
yeah,
I don't know. This is all super unconfirmed.
Yeah,
I think the thing that's happening is it's really easy to turn RTX on. You can save development dollars by just throwing RTX on your game. Then it'll look really good. You can get great screenshots and get great demos. Some people will have a great experience in the game. They just turn RTX on.
And then for all of the plebs who maybe, you just don't care about or whatever, and they can just have a garbage experience.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that whatever game it was, and I think this is why I'm not allowed to say it, is because they're probably going to work on their RTX off.
Okay.
But I think Nvidia wanted to show it before they had worked on their RTX off.
Of course.
So I think the RTX off will get better because they'll work on it. But it revealed this potential scenario where they just plug RTX into their game and they're like, well, that's enough.
You know what it seems like to me? This whole thing is just not ready. Yeah. And it's being rushed.
Yeah. I really, really liked the idea of the tech, like the hardware, not ray tracing necessarily, but having the AI cores, being able to move things onto the AI cores. Because with having async on your CUDA cores, and then having like physical async with being able to move things to the other cores, like being able to pull anti-aliasing and putting it on one of the AI cores and stuff, that's super cool. I really, really like that stuff. I don't know. So part of my idea is I think they're trying to add something a little bit less tangible to the difference between NVIDIA cards and AMD cards.
You mean more tangible? Or something less quantitatively
measurable. Yeah. So like an FPS number and a dollar number are very... We used to, I'm sure we still do, make dollar per performance graphs for everything. All the time because it's a really good measure.
But they've been trying to do that for years with GF experience, which by the way I don't think was unintentional. GeForce experience, GF experience. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Okay. I mean, they also called a TV a BFG display.
BFGD, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these guys, man. Anyway. The point is, they've been trying to differentiate themselves through features and experience for years now.
I don't blame them for.
Which I don't blame them for at all.
Yeah.
But
and for a long time, to be honest, I think they kind of had it, and then I think they pissed a lot of people off with the GeForce Experience stuff.
Yeah.
They've helped it a lot. I'm going to keep giving them credit for this because now it's way more simple
easier to not install it.
I appreciate that. That is way better.
I don't know. AFK Jim 420 says, I see the new architecture will make the RTX cards viable for longer as they age, being able to offload some of the work to other cores. Okay. The issue with that is that unless Nvidia absolutely nailed it, like this is the first attempt, and I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, where whether it's beefing up a GPU for like whenever it's the next gen GPU tech, whether it's tessellation or whether it's a new shader model or whatever the case may be, whenever there's some new piece of tech that lands, the first implementation in hardware always kind of misses something, and it's the tweaked one that goes, oh yeah, we just needed a little bit more reinforcement over there, and okay, now we're not starving the rest of the pipeline. Woohoo, it's much better. I'm so hesitant to just say, go ahead. That way you're going to have the tech that you need going forward. It's future proof.
Well, that's never a good idea.
Exactly. It's like, so when I was shopping for my car, one of the reasons I ended up with the Volt is that it is so the 2017 Volt is the second model year of the third generation design of this car. Now you compare that, one of the other cars I was looking at was the Honda Clarity. That is the first model year. It is an all new, it was the all new model year of a completely new car.
That's what mine is.
Which is terrifying because from one car manufacturer to another, I don't think there are any exceptions here that I'm aware of. The all-new platform tends to have some bugs that need to be wrinkled out and that do get fixed over the next 2 to 3 years.
So yeah, I bought my cars used for surezies, and they were like done with that model by the time I bought the car, and I knew any potential problems that it might have, to be clear.
So that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But in my case, I was going in completely cold on the Clarity. I mean, they only had a handful of them for Canada, apparently. So I just... Yeah. We'll see.
To be clear, like, it could be a super awesome... I think it probably will be a great card. I think a lot of the media right now... I think a lot of the fans are confused by some of the media reaction because the media is really frustrated that we don't have performance stuff. There's been really weird embargo setups, and that Tom's article just set everyone on fire. But
set
like
themselves on fire is what they did.
It sounds really cool.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of this card. Like, I don't think it's gonna. If the RTX stuff doesn't work that great, you can just turn it off.
So you can hate a lot of things about Nvidia. You can hate their marketing. You can hate their prices. You can hate their. You can hate the way that they engage with the market and with their partners, with the GeForce Partner Program.
Yeah.
But you're probably missing something. Like, there's a problem likely exists between the keyboard and chair, unless you're a member of the Linux community, because they really haven't treated that community very well over the years. But there's probably something else wrong if you look at the product itself and you go, it's bad.
Yeah, they're good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of problems with Nvidia products, but as a general rule, they aren't bad. They might not be the best value per dollar for the particular workload that you're looking at, but there are a lot of things that, in fairness to Nvidia, we have to give them credit for. They support legacy products for an unfreaking believable amount of time. Like, how far does it go back now? I'm quite curious. If you go on their site, how far back does the latest GeForce driver go? So let's throw 10 series in here. So they've still got downloads on their site going all the way back to GeForce.
What?
Oh crap! It keeps screwing up the
6?
scrolling. GeForce 6 series, and their most recent driver. So it only goes up to Windows 7, but bear in mind you can typically install a Windows 7 driver on Windows 10. They supported that card up to 2015. Okay, so the 6800 GT Ultra. Did they launch with the? I think they launched with the GT. So the 6800 GT was launched in. Son of a. Okay. There's so. Oh, here we go. Was launched in 2004. They supported that card for
11 years.
Yeah, well, it's February 2015. It was late 2004. Okay. So 10 years. When you compare that to what the typical smartphone manufacturer will do, like Apple's a shining beacon in the smartphone industry in terms of model support. I was looking at a table of how long Apple has supported their devices, and it's anywhere from 3 years and lots of change, like almost 4 to 4.5 years, and in some cases even a little over 4.5 years. When even Google is only committing, 2 years, I think, for Pixel devices? I think OnePlus is committing 2 OS updates, so about 2 years. We got to give them credit for what they do well. It's not a bad product.
Someone in chat is saying they just bully partners to buy old cards, but
what
not
does that
bad.
mean?
Sure, I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what it means, and that's literally the point we're talking about, is that the product is good. So you might not like other things.
Yeah, there can be all kinds, and you cannot buy Nvidia out of principle, and I'm sure you could find a dozen reasons to do it. That's not the point. The point is that we don't have a reason to believe that the upcoming RTX cards will be bad.
Yeah.
We just also don't have a reason to believe that RTX will be the game-changing feature that they say it will, or that the RTX cards will fully enable will give you the full experience of that as new games come out over the coming years.
And hopefully it does.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully we're totally wrong.
But we have no idea.
Super cool. But until Nvidia is willing to...
Well, it's not even that we're wrong. We just don't have any information.
Yeah, until they're willing to put up or shut up, like, what are we supposed to say? If we can't test RTX, then we can't form an opinion.
Yeah.
So right now, all we can do is speculate based on the past. And in the past, I've observed this pattern. So that's all I can really tell you guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at... Oh, yeah, so, right, they're finally talking about performance, and these slides aren't, like... exceedingly helpful, but
as per usual.
Yeah, so as per usual, they're just kind of vague, but there you go. We've got something to work with here. The original source is from overclock3d.net, but that's deep learning imaging. So they're saying both RTX 2080 and 2080 Ti are going to be capable of 4K 60 FPS gaming. What the crap does this line mean? I am not sure. Is this 0? Is this 30? I'm not sure.
This is actually like pretty much the worst. Not the worst, but it's like it's close to there.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. And
because like what actually goes down?
This
is it the frame rate or is it the resolution? Is it both, but like by weird amounts?
I don't know. Like this is basically what is causing all of this speculation around RTX, and that like maybe it sucks because Nvidia is just, and this looks like kind of a dumb response to all of it because Nvidia is just being so tight-lipped about the whole thing and just going no, ray tracing, when really a lot of gamers, especially the ones that are playing games that won't have ray tracing, like I don't know.
That's another thing I got from the demo. You will not want it on for multiplayer.
Well, yeah,
like ever at all, for
like
sure.
Ever.
I don't think ever.
Really? Why?
Because there's more shadows.
Oh, I see.
And like darker shadows. Because if you definitely know where the light source is coming from,
yeah.
Instead of just like washing a room with light, there's gonna be like, oh, there's like a branch that crosses the light source here, so there's a huge shadow cast across that whole area.
Okay, wait. I am going to pitch you something here.
Okay.
What about Rainbow Six? Rainbow Six specifically.
Like Siege? Are you talking Siege?
I'm talking about Rainbow Six style games.
Okay.
So yeah, Siege is the one everyone's playing right now, right?
Yeah.
Where basically interacting with the environment is a huge part of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could hit a light, causing a shadow of an opponent to appear somewhere, the more realistic that interaction, potentially the better.
If you hit a light,
like if you shoot out a bulb or something.
You turn a light off, though.
Yes. Or what if you could add one? What if you throw a flare? I'm just throwing that out there. What if they made it a fundamental? Because this is the whole conversation that I'm sure we've had multiple times, but I've had definitely with a lot of people over the years, going all the way back to when PhysX was first introduced. And what was that stupid game? Shoot, I forget. It was like a Space Marine style, like running around game, but PhysX was a fundamental part of the gameplay. Demo game.
Are you talking about Borderlands?
No. It was oh no.
Are you talking about that game
Twitch
that you
chat,
could
help me.
run faster in if you had an Intel SSD?
No, it was basically a demo. Like this is before the Nvidia
Cell Factor Revolution.
Yeah, Cell Factor. Yes, thank you.
Good call, Ricky Dog.
Thank you. Cell Factor.
Rick Yog. Sorry.
No, not Cell Factory. Yeah, like it disappeared. It never got finished. But there was like you could like do physics things and like move stuff around, and like it was wait, was it Cell Factor? No, hold on. Definitely no, it wasn't Roblox. I think it was Cell Factor. As far as I know, it like never got finished. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Cell Factor. Anyway. The point is, it was this cool demo where PhysX was a fundamental core part of gameplay, but it never took off because you couldn't count on everyone to have PhysX. Because, I mean, especially because at the time it was like a hardware card that you had to buy. It was a separate accelerator card.
This whole thing feels very PhysX, but built into the card.
Yeah, but the thing is that we've had PhysX built into the card, and still all you can do is kick garbage around on the ground as Batman and see your cape flutter better because of PhysX. Like, it's still not a core part of gameplay. So to me, I think you could, if the Rainbow Six developers were like, yeah, we're going to take the destructibility of the environment and the lighting of the environment to a whole new level, but you have to have RTX.
I think no game that's actually going to be competitive would ever do that. Uneven playing field for hardware is not something that has ever gone well for competitive games.
No, and requiring people to have super high-end hardware is just not a thing. I guess that's where I'm going with this, is that you won't be able to make it fundamental to gameplay unless you can count on everyone having it.
If you can set up, if you can like shoot a door off a car and then use the reflections off the door to like see someone coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Like that sounds freaking sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty single player to me, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's going to be a thing.
And it sounds single player, but like not fundamental to gameplay.
Single player games are great. There was a thread trending on, I don't remember what, that was talking about how it's like people that just don't play multiplayer games anymore and all this kind of stuff. And there's actually a lot of really great single player games that have been coming out for a while. There's quite a few great single player games on the horizon, and you might even find like PvE multiplayer games where you don't care as much.
Sure. Okay.
And you might just want the lighting because you want it to look really cool. And that's all great. That's all awesome. I'm not saying there isn't benefits to it. I just think like people who want to be hardcore competitive, I don't think that's going to be a thing. It probably won't even be an option.
And I'm just saying, until you can make it fundamental to gameplay, it's always a bell and whistle. And
there's some people that will care.
Yeah.
There's definitely some people that will
care. But just
care.
like gameplay's king. Like, you know, it's the whole Nintendo
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah.
Where
and I completely agree with that.
The Switch doesn't look any better than what, like a PS3? If that. Does it even look as good as a PS3?
It's a hard thing to compare.
When did the stupid PS3 come out?
If you define look as good, that would be like what resolution and frame rate it can push. But Nintendo titles on general have like a way different art style, which
they
doesn't need more hardware.
But that's exactly the point. Is like gameplay is far more important. Than lighting.
I've had more fun on my Switch
physics
for like a long time than my computer. Rip.
Honestly, 95% of my gaming time in the last few months has been Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's a great game. I'm not done yet, but like I don't care, because I just go and like walk around the mountains and like find snails.
Yeah.
And like,
dude, Super Mario Tennis Aces, actually super fun.
Yeah.
I was like, when I got it, I was like, it's like a full price tennis title.
Have you played Overcooked?
Oof. No, but it looks really
I tried it for the first time last week. It's really good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, when we do the LAN, do you know about the LAN center?
Yeah, I was there when we made the decision to.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we build the LAN center, I want to put like a big screen, like a projector.
Yeah.
And that'll be, so we'll have consoles and a PC with controllers, but I want that to be like the local multiplayer setup spot, and we are gonna play some Overcooked.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. I'm actually so excited for that LAN center.
Me too.
I haven't watched it yet, but it was cool that you had nothing up here.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Not much.
Yeah, okay.
I had to like stream a PDA him before, but like I didn't feel bad because he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched your videos before. It was like an Intel thing to kind of put us together. And honestly, I had a lot of fun just doing the stream with him, so that was great.
No, he's cool. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when he chicken dinnered the one PUBG match that he got to play as part of his sponsored thing.
Not surprised.
So like, still though, even if you're really good, he got like 8 kills.
Yeah.
So okay. So what happened was Intel sponsored him to come up here as part of Gamer Days to build a PC with me. So my commitment was to build a PC for him. And then he was supposed to stream for like a few hours after we built the PC, just like from our office here on that PC or the exact same spec, but like it was actually, it was
whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, the point is his flight got delayed. So we had to throw the machine together. We did like a super quick build. Like I was cutting.
Oh, like he got here late.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he only got to stream for like 1 round. And then the fact that he won it, when he was on his way out, I was like, Yeah. Way to go, man.
That is pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's freaking awesome.
You won your first game, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't kill anyone.
You still won.
I had you carrying me and
Joe.
And Joe, and then who else did we have? Well, we had Dennis too or something, didn't we?
I think it was...
we got Dennis later, I think. Was it Dennis?
I think that was Dennis.
Yeah, it was Dennis, but Dennis died.
He just died.
Yeah, Dennis died.
We just three-manned it.
We had basically a three-man squad. Now, to be clear, just because I didn't kill anyone doesn't mean I didn't help.
He did help. He actually did a fair amount of damage too, because you were pinging people with the sniper.
I'm a good helper, and I can communicate.
You were spotting, making calls, and hitting people at least once with a sniper, which is like actually a huge help, because you only need to hit them once or twice. Just saying, not that bad. Speaking of not that bad, we should talk about our sponsors, because they're not that bad. Yeah. Meanwhile, like poor Yord Watches here is like, really? Clearly, they've never sponsored Linus Tech Tips before. So these are handcrafted using sustainably sourced hardwoods from around the world. So Yord, I'm glad I'm saying Yord because they're Swedish. That's good. Yord is Swedish for earth, which is where they draw their inspiration from. So they have designs for men and women. They have battery or automatic power. They use quartz movement, and they have something for everyone. Now, this one needs to be adjusted to be the right size for me. But here, I can give you guys a look at that. Check that out. I like the square one better. Really?
Yeah, what do you think?
I like mine, but I see why you like yours.
Well, you know what's funny? They actually picked out designs specifically for us.
I think that worked out
which is actually pretty cool. So the whole thing...
That's a really nice watch.
So it comes with extra links. I'm not a stylish kind of guy.
No, I don't think either of us really are.
But like, I wish it had one link out of it, because then it would fit perfectly. But that looks really sharp. So they do free worldwide shipping. The one that I'm wearing is the Delmar series. So that's a dark sandalwood with an obsidian carbon watch face. So you can actually see the carbon fiber finish on there. Looks really nice. And then Luke's is in a dark sandalwood. This is the Frankie series with an emerald watch face. So if you guys use offer code LTT, the box is magnetic. Oh jeez. So fancy. Of course it is. If you use offer code LTT, you'll get $25 off and a free sizing at yordwatches.com. We're going to have that linked in the video description. Oh man, I want to get this sized, and then like this is the kind of thing that I could actually
clasp is really
wear if I went out somewhere nice.
Thing?
Yeah, no, mine's different. Oh, I think I've seen that style before.
Mine goes in both directions.
Oh.
Yeah, which makes it actually way easier to put on.
For if you have big hands. But they didn't feel that I needed that, I guess. Yord Watches.
Thanks, guys.
You guys are... I'm gonna keep that safe. I'm gonna have to deal with that later. All right. Other sponsor. Did I just get burned? Did I just get burned by a first-time sponsor?
They picked my sizing like perfectly, so...
Spectrum glasses. All right. Mystery meat. Which one do you want?
That. Yeah. Perfect.
That was me picking, essentially. I actually didn't really look that carefully at which one was in there.
Oh, these are like
I think that's the small one. I think that's the one that's better for me. But you know what? I'm going to wear the bolder frames today. Because the point of Spectrum, just because they look good, doesn't mean that that's necessarily why you would run out and buy Spectrum glasses. Staring at a monitor all day can be hard on your eyes and also make it tougher to fall asleep. So Spectrum is an affordable long-term solution to staring at a computer screen instead of using a software one like Flux, which doesn't offer the same kind of filtering that these glasses do. So they're high quality. They come with a 1-year warranty. The glasses are durable. They've got a ton of different styles, including ones for kids. They have low color distortion, so they don't just turn your entire world urine yellow, which is nice, but they block high-energy blue light. And while they're primarily focused around the Canadian US markets, they do ship internationally. So go check them out at spectrumglasses.com/collections/products. And finally, an oldie but a goodie, Savage Jerky.
Oh, there we go.
You know what? I'm wussing out today. I'm just going to eat some original because I like original. I'm going to chill. You can eat whatever you want. The Reaper's here from last week. Was it Riley that I had on who tried the Reaper?
How did he do?
Good.
Oh, okay.
Good, but it was spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Riley. I had someone on a little while ago. Jono's hovering. Do you have something to tell us, Jono?
Your giveaway.
Yord's doing a giveaway?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll get back to that once I tell you guys about Savage Jerky. I always salivate when I'm opening up the bag.
Me too.
Their jerky is made with high-quality ingredients without nitrates or preservatives. The goal is to create a snack that's full of flavor and spice that isn't bad for you. They've got 13 different flavors of jerky, like sriracha bacon and maple buffalo bacon, which is my personal favorite. The mojo is also great. The original is good if you're bland, but like it's good. They also make. Oh man, have you tried their hot sauce?
No.
Okay.
You took it home, didn't you?
Yeah. It's really good.
How would I have tried it?
Well, I don't know.
Oh no, I guess I did.
Did you?
We did the finger dab thing.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
It is as good as I expected. It's like freaking awesome. So to be clear, I'm not being down on the jerky, but the hot sauce is really good. If you want to buy one thing from Savage Jerky, I haven't actually tried the spice rub or the barbecue sauce, but if you want to buy one thing from Savage Jerky, get the hot sauce. It was the I think it was the Reaper hot sauce that I have in my fridge right now. It is so good. Don't use a ton, but the flavor that it adds is really nice. So you guys can use offer code LTT to save 10% at savagejerky.com. What can I do for you?
Linus, you're my favorite.
What are you doing?
Have you been reading us super chats?
Super chats?
Yeah.
Do we have super chats?
Yeah, you're streaming on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. We're streaming on YouTube. I forgot.
So do we read super chats, but we don't read Twitch stuff?
So no, we don't read super chats because I completely forgot. So there's that. We don't really have a policy. These are fake, by the way, but they're the okay kind of fake.
What does that mean?
It's a long story, but like you can get in trouble for having fake money that is too real.
Oh, so those are like fake enough?
Yeah. So Yord Watches has a giveaway. Check it out over at www.yordwatches.com/g/LTT, which actually gets us perfectly into our next segment here, which I'm not even sure if it's a topic this week. Yeah, I don't think it's a topic.
Look at his dedication to keeping the office clean.
I know, he's like doing
the worm. You guys can't
see
it, but he's prone on the ground.
Yeah. It's actually kind of embarrassing.
Sorry.
I'm embarrassed for him.
I'm proud of him.
Did you read the super chats yet?
No. So this is great. Chrome.
Hold on. Someone in chat. Where do I get my RTX On shirt?
Oh, designed by humans, LTT. I'll post it in the chat. Oh wait, LTT. I guess I should probably put Linus Tech. No, here it is. Yeah, it's the first.
If you just Google "designed by humans" Linus Tech Tips, you'll find it.
Yeah, it's fine. I got it. I'll throw it in the chat.
Cool.
Oh, right, 2 chats. Oh lordy. Well, there it is in Twitch chat. Uh-oh. I'm a bad YouTuber. Officially 10 out of 10 bad YouTuber because I completely forgot that we were even streaming on YouTube. I streamed earlier on YouTube, so I got that going for me. I can't even find it. I don't even see the stream here in the thing.
Someone in the super chat says, I wonder if LTT YouTube channel going to do the community join thing, like with the join button on channel. Oof.
That is a great question, and one that I would love to answer for you. Give me a moment. I'm just going to post that thing there. Yes. There. So we are, but Floatplane is not going away. So this is something that Luke and I think, talked about on the WAN show a little while ago, when we were both kind of independently having huge freakouts and then together having a huge freakout and then realized that it's not actually a big deal.
Yeah.
Because the whole, I forget what it's called, supporter, contributor, sponsor. I forget what it's called when someone...
I think it's called sponsor.
...clicks that button. But basically it's like a Twitch sub.
The button is titled join.
Is it? Okay,
yeah.
Join.
It's a join button, but I don't remember what you become.
So when someone does that, they pay money, and it helps support the creator and also gives some money to Google. And other than that, yeah, I think you get some like emojis, but there's not a ton of tangible benefits. So there's no early access. So already right out of the gate, it doesn't compete with Floatplane's, well, what we consider to be at least one of Floatplane's sort of dominant features is early access to video. So there you go. There's not actually as much overlap as you might think. And two, the way that we see it, both for supporters and for creators, there is always going to be the people who wouldn't go off platform, like just have no interest in leaving youtube.com and do want to support Linus Media Group, but they want to do it on youtube.com. There's always going to be those people. And then there's always going to be the people that don't want to give Google $1. They'll turn on ad block. They will refuse any kind of contribution that gives Google a cut. And for those people, there's always going to have to be a third-party option. And we see ourselves, especially in the direction that we're going right now, as being able to be a very strong third-party option. So life is not as simple as this one or this one. Why not both? Maybe they could just coexist. I mean, we always said we're not a YouTube competitor, and that's true. So we're just going to have to keep not being a YouTube competitor. And I guess I'm speaking as Floatplane Media Linus right now, as opposed to YouTuber Linus Media Group Linus. But then from Linus Media Group's perspective, we have always been all about diversification. Yeah. That's why we joined Vessel. That's why we started LinusTechTips.com forum. That's why we reached out to partners directly to bake sponsorships into our videos rather than being entirely dependent on AdSense, because we don't want to be completely reliant on Google, because Google is actually, they're on a bit of a run right now towards us, because I know other creators have had some issues with them. Yeah. But for us, they're on a bit of a run right now where they've been actually supporting us really well. But the thing is that you can't necessarily count on that lasting forever. Because we've had situations where there was no communication from Google, and all of a sudden there's these guidelines for how they're not going to allow you to have sponsors built into your content anymore unless you adhere to all these like weird rules, like you can't show any logos in your video. Yeah. Like that was awkward, trying to explain to someone like Squarespace, yeah, we can talk about your service and we can have our site be built with Squarespace and we can say, you know, we love Squarespace and it's really cool, but we can't show your logo on screen. They'd be like, what? We'd be like, well, so the issue is that if we do that, then you have to buy through Google all of the advertising on that video. But then I don't know how that works because you can't buy it perpetually. They don't even have a system for that. Yeah. What could you possibly have been thinking? So stuff like that has happened in the past. So that's why. Someone wants to know if we can add a manual monthly fee in Floatplane. I mean, okay, so actually, from the outside, it has appeared as though Floatplane hasn't changed much in the last 4 to 6 weeks. But Luke and I actually had a really good meeting yesterday, and there's going to be some big updates coming hopefully next week, right? Yeah. Yeah. So
theoretically, we're pushing the most important, but probably the hardest to tell one on Monday. And then there's more stuff coming right after that. Yeah.
So expect to see new features actually happening over the next little bit. Let's see. Should we do another topic, or should I talk about a lot of the questions? Oh, right. Because I was saying, speaking of www, Chrome is like killing www.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one of our actual topics in here this week, but and so you'll have to forgive me for not having a ton of background on it, but I thought that was interesting. Because technically, there's no reason why LinusTechTips.com and www.linustechtips.com had to be the same thing in the past. It just happened that out of convenience and out of sort of convention and habit, generally speaking, webmasters tried to make them the same thing because consumers are lazy and they don't want to type www. Every time. But Google is actually formalizing this whole thing, which from the perspective of some security sort of minded individuals could be a problem. Because all of a sudden it could be a way for you to hijack someone who otherwise would have intended to go to a different site. So maybe you can explain in more detail how the crap that would work.
Right now I'm not entirely sure, and usually I'd have some angle for this, but I've actually read a few threads on it, and there's a lot of people debating each other on how exactly it's going to work. So I don't want to speak to it too much. If you are interested in it, there's a lot of people talking about it, and you can definitely find threads out there on your own. But yeah, it gets pretty weird because there's one camp where they're talking about like, well, I don't remember how that was supposed to work, but like subdomaining PayPal onto things, can maybe make it look like you're somewhere else, and like. Yeah, it's there's some weird stuff that you might be able to do with it.
Basically, it's right now it's an unknown.
Yeah. And
that's really scary from a web security perspective. Especially because this change feels very unnecessary.
Well, I think honestly, I think the vast majority of it or all of it is known. I think the implications of it are a little confusing.
Yes.
And hard to understand. And a lot of people are talking about it when not a lot of people understand what's actually happening.
This is a great super chat. BKLB. Yo, I'm late to the show. What are the specs? Core clock, memory clock. Gimme. It'll be archived. Also, YouTube live streaming has a great feature where you can actually rewind it. We talked about RTX for the first half of the show. Thanks, man. Calvin says, thanks for the beanbag chair. Is that actually the guy that we just like gave a beanbag chair to for no reason?
I have no idea.
I can't remember why we did it. I just remember being like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, let's just do it. And I think we were trying to get rid of it or something.
Maybe.
Maybe he like paid for it, but like it was just a little bit. I don't remember exactly what happened. A lot of people were wondering what was up with that weird live stream last night. So that was a new YouTube feature called Premieres. And what happens with Premieres is that it seems like it hits you guys with a notification early, and then you're supposed to come back and watch the video at exactly the moment it goes live, and there's a live chat, but the video is actually pre-produced. So there were a lot of people that seemed to be upset because they were like, this isn't live, pre-recorded, hashtag pre-recorded. And yes, it was supposed to be pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So this is actually a feature that, and Luke and I still have some ideas that are different and could be better, but this was actually a feature that we had discussed doing on Floatplane.
Like 2 years ago. But dev takes time. Anyway, the point is, the idea behind it is that it is a normal video, but we schedule when it goes live. Now, we often schedule our videos, but in this case, we're scheduling it in a way that you guys can see. So you'll know exactly when to come back with your popcorn and hang out in the chat and like interact live with each other and or me. It was actually me and Nick that were both manning the Linus Tech Tips account last night, and give commentary on the video as you're watching it, as you're all watching it together. And then as soon as that premiere is done, then it just, a switch flips and it becomes just a normal YouTube video. Neat, huh? Yeah.
Andrew asks if I will talk about conservatives being banned from YouTube and Twitter. If you're talking specifically about Alex Jones, no, I won't. I will not be talking about that. Thank you. Great question.
That's a way to get banned on YouTube.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If Alex Jones came to you
and
said, I want to be on Floatplane,
sure,
what do you say?
Sure.
Good. Me too. So
we might want to clarify why. Should we clarify why?
Well, because we just don't
We're not even an open platform. You would have to pay to go see his content. So if you are going to be offended by his content or driven off by his content, then don't actively give him money.
Yeah, don't give him money and you won't see it.
And you're fine.
And the other thing too is, like, we do draw the line at anything illegal. So I know that some people have speculated that he's been banned because of some pending lawsuits or whatever else, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the content that he uploaded was illegal. I actually don't know that it wasn't. Frankly, I haven't looked that close.
I doubt either of us know almost anything about it.
But until he did something illegal on floatplane.com, then there wouldn't really be a conversation to be had about it.
I don't know almost anything about him. I know some people don't like him, and I don't know.
People are asking, so would you allow denying Sandy Hook on Floatplane? I don't agree with it, but as far as I can tell, it's not illegal. So if
don't give him money.
Yeah, don't give him money. Would be like the best suggestion. All right.
Is that what he did? Is that what everyone's angry about? I really know nothing about it.
Honestly, he's been doing that for years. That's just a particularly stupid thing that he's done, yes.
That's weird.
Yep. It's a very bizarre
Now someone in chat said he did not do that. See, I don't know. I can't keep on top of this stuff. But I just don't care.
Oh, do we have to cover the iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR? Have you kept up with this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Dude, I've been busy.
Yeah. They seem like they're going to be fine. Oh, I finally got my iPhone X back. Well, it's not that I finally got it back. I finally RMA'd it. So my Face ID has been broken for over 6 months.
Yeah.
So Apple's RMA process, excellent. They send you a prepaid label. It appears to be like overnight because I got my new phone back in 3 days or something stupid like that. Like doorstep to doorstep. And I don't mean like in 72 hours. I mean, like I shipped it out midday here and got it back at the beginning of the day here. Like it's impressive.
That's pretty crazy.
So that's cool. So I'll have my iPhone X to compare against it. I'm definitely getting both the XS and the XS Max. Dbrand is working on it. So that's cool. You guys can expect a review. Eventually. I'm at the point now where I don't know if you saw the video that went up last night. I'm assuming not, but it was about why Google or how Google forced me to make an iPhone XS video. So what I had actually wanted to do was the Switch stream that I did today, not Nintendo Switch, Network Switch.
Yeah.
That's what I had wanted to do. But instead, I decided to make a XS video because over the last 3 years, our lowest point for viewership, like our weeks-long lowest point for viewership, was the day after Apple announced a new iPhone in September. And I've seen people suggest, well, maybe it's because of back to school, and that's a good hypothesis. But Apple's announcement is as much as a week or 10 days apart. So theoretically, if it was because of back to school, it would all happen like when school goes back. And I don't believe Apple's announcement is directly related to Labor Day. Also, like school's been in session for a little while here.
Yeah.
And basically, what I talked about was how you just kind of have to do it because as soon as someone watches an iPhone XS video, you know how it is. If you watch a tractor video, all of a sudden you've got a bunch of farming videos in your feed and all over your homepage and everything. So as soon as someone watches an iPhone XS video,
dude, I watched a video on some guy mowing a lawn with a sickle.
Yep.
I didn't know there was that many lawn mowing videos on the internet.
Exactly.
It wouldn't stop.
And so what happens is if we don't have a XS video, then the algorithm goes, well, these guys are tech but not Apple, and this viewer is tech and Apple, and they start to skew the way that they feed them videos. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna,
I don't know, whatever.
I'm just gonna do an iPhone XS video. But I don't really feel like talking about it anymore. So they're like better and stuff. And also there's a XR that has an LCD instead of an OLED.
Why is there so many different versions?
Well, there's the premium ones, small, big, and then there's the value one.
All of a 10 though?
10S.
10S.
Well, two 10S's and one 10R.
See, we already got confused.
And then the 10 goes away. So what's been typical in the past?
What?
Yeah, that's a weird one. My guess, and obviously no one's done teardowns of these yet, but my guess is that the 10 is just too expensive to become like a step down model.
Right.
Like just
they don't want to manufacture it anymore.
Yeah, because it's got that dual layer, that sandwich PCB with all the it looks incredibly complex to manufacture.
Yeah.
So that's my guess. I think that's why the 10R came about instead of just keeping the 10.
I'm sure you've talked about this before, but someone in chat said notch equals ruined. What is your thoughts?
Notch equals what?
Ruined. What are your thoughts on notches? Because I don't think I care.
So I don't mind the notch as long as I can disable it. But it actually does bother me if I'm watching 21:9 content, if I'm watching widescreen content, and I've got a bite out of the screen.
What do you mean by disable it?
So OnePlus, for example, allows you to just chop off the top of the display. And as long as you've got an OLED display, those pixels that are off, they're just as black as the glass around it.
Yeah.
So it's just gone. If you
I
don't want a notch, you
assumed
just
if you
ignore
were
it.
watching some type of full screen content, it would chop off the notch. Because I like the idea of notifications and phone
Not
status.
on the iPhone.
That's garbage.
Some Android handset makers do that, but not on the iPhone. And so like playing a game on an iPhone, there's a freaking notch on the edge.
That's really stupid.
It's just ridiculous.
That's very, very stupid.
And
I don't mind the idea of the notch there if it just has phone status on the right, notifications on the left. Cool.
Yeah.
If I have so many notifications that they go all the way across, then that's actually kind of what I have all the time. But I'm not going to be able to tell what's happening from looking at that notification bit anyway, so I'm going to have to pull it down regardless, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But then all full screen content should just not go up there. That's ridiculous. Oh boy.
And that's been the debate over the last year.
Yeah.
Oh, this kind of sucks. So, OnePlus, you guys are my bros.
Oof.
And all that, heart. But really? So OnePlus, it seems, has been confirmed. Yeah, looks like this is confirmed. OnePlus is removing the headphone jack. So what am I going to have left? Samsung? Is the LG V40 going to have a headphone jack? Yeah, LG V40. Let's find out. Blah, 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 blah. Can't tell. The site's loading slowly. Looks like it will. Okay. With their upgraded DAC, so it looks like the LG V40 is going to continue. Oh, it's going to have a notch. Bloody hell. So then, like, that's it. Like, I'm not a Samsung fanboy or anything. In fact, I put up that video recently talking about the battery drain issues that I've had with Samsung. Note 9's actually been better lately. I'm at 66% today, which is about right from when I was using the Pixel 2 XL.
My phone's brutal right now. I need a new phone.
Yeah, I've hardly touched mine. Actually, I've actually used mine today, and it's at 66.
Basically the screen has been off all day, pretty much.
And it's draining?
76.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me from the kinds of issues that I've had, but mine's behaving well right now. So
it's a first gen Pixel XL, and I've thrashed it pretty hard over the years.
But like, what choice am I going to have anymore? Word on the street, Google's removing it. OnePlus is removing it. Like, OnePlus, I actually had hope for.
I thought they were going to be the standout.
I thought they were going to hold out, but they're somewhat at the mercy of their parent company, right? Like, they do their own thing in certain ways. Like, their oxygen skin, I think, is better than their parent company's skin. Just hands down better. Some stuff they do differently, but because they're kind of a relatively small division, I think they do have to rely somewhat on the tooling and on the investments of their parent company. And it looks like that's just becoming the reality in smartphones now, is they need that extra space and they'd rather use it for, I think OnePlus's statement said something about like more innovative features or something.
Android phone equals 60% chance to kaboom. That's BS.
What's that?
Someone in the chat said Android phone equals 60% chance to kaboom, and that's just...
What does that even mean?
I think he's saying the battery's going to explode 60% of the time, which is just completely BS.
That's just a stupid thing to say. That wasn't a super chat, was it?
No.
Because that's not super.
That was from Twitch.
We
got to figure out how we're doing this, because there's people that subscribe and stuff on the Twitch side, and like we can absolutely have Twitch donations too. But we've never addressed anyone on Twitch.
Well, I think Twitch is gonna probably boot us at some point for dual streaming and being a partner, so it might not be an issue.
I understand. That makes sense.
All right. You know what? Let's do a couple super chats towards the end here, and then I guess we'll cut it.
I did notice in the partner agreement that I signed.
Yeah.
It's actually only for gaming.
Really?
I wonder if yours might be too.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm allowed to do any form of content on any other streaming platform that isn't gaming.
Oh, all right.
Or that is a game that is not allowed on Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kang, what do you think about Apple products getting more and more expensive, yet there's less and less innovation involved? Okay, so first of all, I disagree. Because when a product becomes commoditized, it actually means that in order to try to differentiate, you have to be more innovative. Going from 14 nanometer down to 10 down to 7 just sounds like a linear progression, but it actually gets much more difficult. So there's just one thing right off the hop. Number two is that integrating better hardware that you just get from someone else So you just buy the latest reference design from Qualcomm and you build a chassis around it and you bolt some stuff to it. That is relatively easy. Designing a GPU from the ground up, building your own OS, your own cloud infrastructure for backups, like the kind of stuff that Apple invests in, is not innovative. It just doesn't seem like it because a lot of it's in the software. So I don't agree at all that Google and Apple are not innovating. I think it's just in a way that's not as exciting to us hardware geeks. That's all. It's just in a way that's just doesn't float my boat and doesn't float your boat. And I think as it gets harder and harder, yeah, it gets more expensive.
Someone in chat said, "Dude, you boys are the only reason I'm on Twitch."
Oh. Well, we're still going to be streaming to Twitch until they kick us off. So.
And I would also take that almost the other way. You can drop a platform.
Adam. Okay, normally I don't make a point of calling out how much a super chat donates, but Adam put in $20 and then says, "Pre-ordered my iPhone XS Max." So Adam clearly can afford the $20, I guess, because the iPhone XS Max. Do you know how much this thing is?
In Canada, with everything, isn't it going to be like over $2,000
for the top end model? Yeah.
Is that the top end model?
I don't know. Well, no, because there's different capacities.
This is the Oh, okay, yeah.
And Adam says, "Yes, I have a problem." Yeah, no kidding.
What's your thoughts on the Red phone?
It's red.
No.
Oh, which one is this?
Red company, not red color.
Oh no, I don't know about this.
What? MKBHD has been tweeting photos from
Oh, that red!
Yeah.
Sorry, I had Project Red just like stuck in my brain. And I was like...
That's why I said red company, not red
color. Because I know
color.
that Apple had a Project Red phone.
Yeah.
But like Project Red now has their own phone? That's weird. Oh, the red phone. So I'm pretty pissed off, to be perfectly honest with you.
You didn't get one?
I did. I ordered one. I ordered two.
Oh.
Yeah. I ordered both SKUs. This is a Snapdragon 835 based product that still isn't here, and that for some reason, even though I pre-ordered at the same time as anybody else, other people are getting exclusive sneak peeks with, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of it. And the really stupid thing, like, okay, actually, you know what? Okay, let's talk about the Red Hydrogen one. So I got an email from Red, and we're actually going to be collaborating with Red on an upcoming project. Hopefully I'm not jeopardizing that right now, but if it does, then I guess that is what it is. But I got an email from Red inviting me to be part of a select few customers who will get the Hydrogen one early for the purposes of providing beta user feedback, which is not inherently a problem, except for one key thing. I want to make sure that I get this right because it's very important. Hydrogen one. Following up on your interest about Hydrogen one, is this it? No. They invited me to some event, and I was like, no, I can't make it. Where is it? Shoot. Houdini Project? Is that what it's called? Yes. Here we go. So I just need to make sure I've got the right email. Okay, so this is ridiculous. So you get the phone early, but you can't talk about it. So I was like, well, if I can't review it, I don't want it early because it's not a retail unit. It is a PVT sample. So that is a pre-mass production unit. To be very clear, the thing a normal company does with a PVT sample is destroy it. Because it is not, like, industry standard, not considered suitable to deliver as a final product to an end user. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with this if Red's intention was to take beta feedback and then take your PVT back and send you an MP unit, but they are not. What you are agreeing to is that you will not get a mass production unit. And this is for a phone that you paid $1,000 for or whatever. Is that not ridiculous? So the terms and conditions of this Houdini project were just utterly ridiculous to me.
I already read one insane thing.
Yeah. So I do intend to talk about that in my Hydrogen 1 review video.
Good, because that one line that I read is ridiculous.
Because that is not the way you do business. So anyway, on that note, thank you for watching the WAN Show, and we will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Oh wait.
Whoa!
What the heck? Someone just sent a $200 super chat. I am Blur. Saw Dennis's dirty apartment in your recent gaming upgrade vid. Please use this $200 to buy him a few hours with a cleaning service and record the nastiness for channel super fun. We can't do something like that. I mean, we honestly almost got him in trouble with his landlord filming in there at all.
What?
It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. But, okay. That's awkward. Thank you everyone for watching. Damon, Michael, Mitchell, and I am Blur. You guys are very nice people. How do I get myself out of this nicely? Oh, show's over.